morning, 7th grade. It is Thursday morning and hope you're ready for math class. We're ready for lesson 12, page number 50. And we have an interesting lesson today, something that I forgot about that we learned last year, or that the last 7th graders learned, but it's kind of a fun lesson. It is teaching you how to reduce big numbers. Sometimes when you have a 3-digit number, a fraction of 3-digit numbers on top and bottom, it is hard to know what is the greatest common factor that you can divide into both of those. You can go divide by 2, divided by 2, divide by 2, but when you do it by prime factors, it's interesting that you can do it this way. It says to reduce a fraction to its simplest form, we divide both terms by a common factor. Usually the largest common factor we can identify. Sometimes we have to divide several times before the fraction is in simplest form. If the fraction is small, this is not too difficult. However, the larger the terms of the fraction, the more likely we are to miss a common factor when reducing. If we use prime factorization to cancel out the GCF of both terms, we can quickly find the simplest form of the fraction by multiplying the remaining prime factors. All right, so it says reduce the fraction 126 over 144. And I'll just do it really quick here on the board. 126 over 144. So let's find prime factors of 126. 2 will go into that. 2 goes into 12 6 times. 2 into 6 goes 3. And we know 7 goes into 63 9 times. And 3 goes into 9 3 times. All right, so let's write this out. We have 2, 3, 3, and 7. Those are our prime numbers for 126. Now let's do 144. We know 2 will go into that. 2 goes into 14 7 times. 2 goes into 4 2 times. Again, we can use 2. 2 goes into 7 3 times with 1 left over. 2 goes into 12 6 times. 2 goes into 36. 2 goes into 3 1 time with 1 left over. 2 goes into 16 8 times. 2 goes into 18 9 times. 3 goes into 9 3 times. All right, that's our prime factors. So we've got 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, and 3. All right, so now let's look how we can reduce this. Let's cross out any number that is alike. We have a 2, we have a 3, and another 3. All right, what do we have left over? We have a 7 on the top. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So there you go, you have reduced 126 over 144, and it is 7/8. So you can reduce it by doing prime numbers. Let's go over to page 51, and let's reduce some of these on the ones that they give us. It says the first one is done for us. Okay, so we won't have to do number 1. Let's go down to number 2. It says rewrite with prime factors, cancel the GCF, and that which is the GCF, what they're talking about, what is alike on the top and the bottom, and multiply what is left to find the simplest form. So let's go down to 105 over 140. And prime numbers of 105, it's going to have to be 5. 5 goes into 10 2 times. 5 goes into 5 1 time. 3 will go into 21 7 times. So we've got 3, 5, and 7. Now let's do prime numbers of 140. 2 goes into 14 7 times. 2 goes into 0, 0. Again, we can use 2. 2 goes into 7, 3 times with 1 left over. 2 goes into 10, 5 times. 5 goes into 35, 7 times. So here our prime numbers are 2, 2, 5, and 7. Let's cancel out the ones that we have alike. And our reduced number is 3 over 4. 2 times 2. All right, let's do another one. We have 42 over 63. This one's actually fairly easy because I'm not sure why they use such a small number, because we kind of know, I know what number goes into both of those, but let's just do prime numbers like they're teaching us. 2 goes into 42, 21 times. 3 goes into 21, 7 times. So we've got 2, 3, and 7. 7 goes into 63, 9 times. 3 goes into 3, 3 times. So we've got 3 times 3, times 7, not 9. All right, let's cross out what is same. We have a 3 and we have a 7. So our answer reduced is 2 over 3. Does that make sense, guys? Do prime numbers, cross out what is the same on the top and the bottom, multiply what's left over, and that is your reduced answer. All right? That is all for your new part. You see on number 5, you have an extra credit. So if you get that right, you get 1 point extra credit if you decide to do that one. Down on the bottom of page 51, number 8 and 9 is another extra credit. If you get 8 or 9 correct, you will get 1 point extra credit for each one of those. On page 52, on 17 and 18, you're supposed to write numbers in scientific notation. And if you do number 18, you have an extra credit. You will get 1 point extra credit there. On number 19, it says you're supposed to choose the correct equation. So let's talk about a little bit what you have there. 5 times the sum of Benny's and Elizabeth's ages is 4 more than Mother's age. Benny is 6 and Elizabeth is 2. How old is Mother? All right, so Benny's 6 and Elizabeth is 2. And I wrote 5. And Elizabeth is 2. 5 times the sum of Benny and Elizabeth's ages. Okay, what does sum mean? The sum is the answer to a, Seth, what is the sum? The answer to a what problem? It is the answer to an addition problem. 5 times the sum. The sum, and it's 5 times that, is, which just means equals, 4 more than Mother's age. I'm going to let you pick what would come next. 4 more than Mother's age. And you're supposed to be finding out what Mother's age is, so that's going to be M. All right. The other word problems seem to be fairly easy. Back on page 54, number 31. It says the price of gas was $2.74 a gallon, but increased 6%. The amount of increase, these are increase and decrease problems. The amount of increase was what? So you could think of this as maybe if you would be figuring tax on something, or The gas was $2.74, and they had to pay, it was a 6% increase. So you're going to want to multiply 274 times 0.06. That'll be your answer for A. Then the B is the new price. So it was $2.74, then they had an increase. So what's the new price? That's what they want to know. I thought number 33 was a little bit interesting. A virus. How convenient for that to be on there. A virus measures about 2.2 times 10 to the negative 5th power millimeters long. And that needs to be in standard form. In other words, they gave you scientific notation. They want you to write the number. All right, that's all for your new lesson today. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.